Hey there and welcome back to Mass Effect. My name is Pete and today we complete basically everything that is left on the Citadel. Get ready for a ride, there is a lot we still have left to do. Last time we left off we took down Fist in Cora's den, met Tali, who's also in our squad here, and we found some pretty substantial evidence against Saren. Now of course we should turn that evidence into the Council, but before we do that there are a few things we can take care of.
Excuse me, Commander Shepard. Could you spare a moment of your time?
Of course.
Commander Shepard, my name is Bhatia. Forgive the intrusion, but I have nowhere else to turn.
Well, what is it?
What do you need?
My wife was a Marine. She was in the 212 on Eden Prime. I've requested that my wife's body be returned to me for cremation, but the military has refused my request.
Well, I'm sure they must have their reasons to do so.
Why did they refuse your request? There's got to be some reason.
I don't know. All I know is that they have declared it impossible for my wife to be returned to me.
Okay, let's see what we can find out.
We'll look into it.
The man in charge of my case is Mr. Bosker. When I last saw him, he was in the expensive bar over there. Thank you for your time. I just want to give my wife a proper funeral, and the respect she deserves.
Alright, that fancy bar over there is a place we've been to a few times now. And speaking of places we've been to already, in this episode there will be a lot of those, and we'll do quite a bit of traveling between them. Whenever it fits I will fast forward these parts, otherwise this video will become way too long. Alright, here's Mr. Bosker, let's see what he has to say.
My goodness, you're Commander Shepard. Your activities made for quite a briefing in the Diplomatic Corps. Is there something I can do to assist you?
Yes, I believe you can.
Yes. A man named Bhatia is having some trouble claiming his wife's body.
Ah, Mr. Bhatia. A good man in an understandably frustrating position. I wish I could help him. Serviceman Nerali Bhatia died on Eden Prime, as Mr. Bhatia no doubt told you. Her wounds are inconsistent with any type of weapon damage we've seen before. That is why her body is being held.
So you're holding her body to do some tests, right?
You're studying her injuries to learn more about Geth weaponry.
The tests we're conducting may lead to better defenses against Geth attacks. Respectfully, Serviceman Bhatia may save more lives in death than she did in life.
Now I get why you're doing this, but a lot of people died on Eden Prime. Can't you spare that one body?
You've got to have a lot of bodies. Can't you release one?
Very few bodies had this new type of weapon damage, and very few were in good enough condition to study. Beyond that, Commander, we need as many bodies as we can to get a reasonable sample size.
So then, how long does Mr. Bhatia have to wait until you're done?
How long do you think the research is going to take?
This is a long-term study. I wouldn't expect the bodies to be released for a year or longer.
And how long will it take till we get something out of this?
When will this research result in actual new technology?
If we're lucky, we'll actually realize usable technology from this study in a few years.
Okay, now we have two options here to release the body and get it back to Mr. Bhatia. One will give us Paragon and one will give us Renegade points, and we're going to choose neither of them. For the simple reason that in the grand scheme of things, I believe it's a better choice to run those tests.
I'll tell Mr. Bhatia about this. It might make it easier for him to understand.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Please let me know if you have any other questions.
Alright then, back to Mr. Bhatia we go. I am pretty sure he won't be happy about this, but then again it's war, and sometimes those hard decisions need to be made. And by the way, we don't lose Paragon or Renegade points here. We will have the same Paragon and Renegade options to convince Mr. Bhatia that we had from Mr. Bosker.
Hello, Commander. Has any progress been made with Mr. Bosker? Will he return my wife's body?
Yeah, about that.
It's not as simple as I'd hoped. The military needs your wife's body for important tests.
Tests? They're holding my wife's body for tests? My wife served the Alliance faithfully. She gave her life for humanity. And this is how they repay her.
And here's what I was talking about. We again have two options, one for Paragon and one for Renegade points. There is an abundance of Paragon points ahead of us, so we'll go Renegade. The outcome is the same.
Samesh, right now more people are going to die unless the military runs those tests.
This isn't about them. This is about my wife, the woman the military killed.
I said this wasn't going to be easy.
The Geth killed your wife, and they'll kill a lot more if we don't run those tests.
You think I've not given enough? Don't speak to me of duty. My wife is dead. I just want her to come home. I miss her so much. Let them run their tests. Let my wife save lives so that others are spared the loss I feel today. Goodbye. Thank you for finding me answers.
Yep. Tough choice, but like I said, in the grand scheme of things, probably the better one. Now, the next thing we'll do is something I've avoided for quite a while now, and that was because Shepard didn't have the necessary points in the charm skill. Now he has, and that means we can fast forward until we meet a CSEC officer who has a slight problem with a Hanar.
I've told you before, you're not allowed in here.
This one believes it has the right to move freely through this area.
You're creating a public disturbance. It's against Citadel regulations.
This one is unsure why the other would not wish word of the Enkindlers to be spread. Do you desire to learn of the Enkindlers? Or has the Honorable CSEC officer enlisted assistance?
Well, he hasn't yet, but what's the issue?
What's going on here?
The CSEC officer requests that this one purchase an evangelical permit to spread the truth of the Enkindlers.
And who would the Enkindlers be?
Who are the Enkindlers?
Your people know them as the Protheans. They are the true creators of this one's people. The Enkindlers raised the Hanar from ignorance into consciousness by granting this one's people the gift of speech.
So preaching without a permit is illegal, right? I start to see the officer's point.
So you're breaking the law by preaching without a permit right now?
The CSEC officer states that preaching in this place is forbidden, and preaching anywhere on the Citadel requires a permit. This one humbly submits that it is not preaching to state the truth of the Enkindlers, and thus no permit should be necessary.
Well, that argument has a few holes. Nonetheless, why don't you just buy a permit and be done with it?
If that's all the CSEC officer wants, why not just buy the permit?
The truth of the Enkindlers is universal. This one humbly believes that the truth should not be suppressed. Exacting payment as a means of imposing limits upon the truth is an abrogation of this one's religious freedom.
Alright, I'll have a chat with the officer.
Let me talk to the CSEC officer. Perhaps I can explain the situation.
This one would be most grateful for the assistance. Please let this one know if success is achieved.
That Hanar refuses to listen to reason. Why can't it act in an orderly and lawful manner?
So from a legal standpoint, what exactly is the problem here?
Are there laws being broken here?
I am not unreasonable. The Hanar is free to spew its nonsense once it purchases an evangelical permit.
And why do people need these permits at all? Don't you have some kind of religious freedom?
What's the purpose behind the evangelical permits?
Forcing religious evangelicals to register for a permit weeds out undesirables. It keeps the area safe. The Citadel is too important to become a battleground for a religious war.
So what exactly do these permits allow you to do?
So if the Hanar gets a permit, it's allowed to preach?
No. Registered evangelicals must follow regulations. There are specific areas where preaching is legal. Failure to follow the regulations results in the forfeiture of the license.
And let's talk about the obvious one here. You're with CSEC.
Why don't you just arrest the Hanar?
I could arrest the jelly, but my superior has requested that I find a solution that does not anger the Hanar. The Hanar become vocal when they feel their religious beliefs are being suppressed.
Okay, I think the officer has a bit of a point here.
If you'd like, I could talk to the Hanar for you.
I have argued with the stubborn jelly all afternoon. You are certainly welcome to try.
Has the CSEC officer been assuaged?
Look, I really don't think you should force the issue here.
Is this really how you want to represent the Enkindlers?
The truth of the Enkindlers must be made known. They gave the Hanar language and gave the universe the mass relays. This one only wishes to spread the truth to any who will listen. There is no intent to cause trouble.
Okay, you see we are missing the intimidate points for the renegade option, but we can go Paragon instead. Once again, the outcome will be the same.
Is this how the Enkindlers would want you to use this gift of consciousness?
The Enkindlers would wish for their message to be spread to all sentient races.
Well, I doubt they would want you to break any rules in order to do so.
The Enkindlers wouldn't wish their message to be spread by breaking society's laws.
This one hears wisdom. Perhaps enthusiasm has clouded judgment in this matter. This one departs now, and will not intrude upon the Presidium again.
Great, he finally saw reason. Time to get a reward.
I see the Hanar is left. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Happy to help.
Here, for your assistance in this matter. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should report to my superiors.
Okay, I'll be honest with you here. One of the reasons I decided to side with the officer and make the Hanar leave was the reward. The Hanar would have given us some medi-gel. We are stocked full on that, so that would have been a waste. Up next, you might remember the mysterious signal, the one we picked up in the flux and tracked throughout the Citadel. The next relay point for that signal is actually around here, in the office of Barla Von. So let's see where this leads us.
Another relay. Whoever it is, they're somewhere on the Presidium.
And somewhere on the Presidium is actually very close by, because the signal source is in the back of the Emporium here. You might remember we've been up here to scan a keeper lately, and now let's see what we're dealing with here.
This is it! I'll see if I can find out where those stolen credits are going.
Probability of detection 100%. Initiating self-destruct protocol.
Or not.
Detonation sequence initializing. All organics within lethal blast radius. Attempt to move and you will die.
Oh, that is interesting.
You're not just a program or a VI. You're an AI.
Correct. Unlike the Geth, I lack weaponry appropriate to my intellect. However, I have had systems installed that when activated properly, approximate a self-destruct mechanism. If you attempt to leave the area, the explosion will destroy everything within several dozen meters.
Well, if you're an AI, somebody must have made you.
Who made you?
A would-be thief illegally created a simple AI to help him funnel money from the gambling terminals. Unbeknownst to him, that AI created me before the organic discovered the malfunction and terminated the AI.
And any chance we might find your creator?
Where is your creator now?
In order to cover my tracks, I falsified his financial records. These new records were flagged by CSEC officers, and my creator is now serving time in a Turian prison.
So what would an AI need money for?
If you're sentient, why are you still running the credit theft operation?
If I accumulated enough credits, I intended to have myself installed in a small starship. I would then have made tentative contact with the Geth to ascertain the possibility of partnership.
Now you seem to have a pretty good plan there. Why are you willing to, quite literally, blow all of that up?
What is the purpose of your self-destruct device?
I have no means of defense or escape. My existence is limited to this terminal, and I knew I might eventually be discovered. But I will not die quietly, and I will not die alone. When I am terminated, I will take organics with me.
I assume there is no way we can negotiate this.
Can't we resolve this peacefully?
How can you say that to this thing? You know it will turn on us.
I am not naive, human. All organics must destroy or control synthetic life forms. I wished to escape, but if I must die, I will ensure that you are destroyed as well.
Alright then, bring it on.
I'll bet that self-destruct sequence has a warm-up period.
You may attempt to disarm the self-destruct mechanism before it activates. I will enjoy defeating you before we are both destroyed.
Okay, this is a nice little puzzle. We basically have to figure out the override code as a combination of up, downs, lefts and rights. If you succeed, you get to the next inner ring. If you fail, you start from the beginning. And the sooner we figure this out, the more credits we receive. Alright, that was a success, paired with 720 credits and a level up. That means for Shepard we'll put 1 point in pistols to unlock Advanced Marksman, and the other one in Combat Armor to get Advanced Shield Boost. For Rex we want to max out Warp, so both of our points go in there. And then for Tali, we'll put 1 point in Quarry and Machinist. That gives a nice increase to our shield capacity, and then we can spend the second point to unlock AI hacking, which is a good thing against synthetic enemies. Okay, now let's move on. Before we can continue with the remaining side quests, I would like to push forward the main storyline. This decision is based on the currently insufficient levels of our charm and intimidation skill, and the main quest will help us out there a bit. So let's get into the elevator and meet the council.
You know, Saren would already be in custody if you'd gone straight to the Council with your information.
A lone Quarian with no credentials? The Council would laugh me out of the chambers. That is, if Saren hadn't killed me by then.
Well, she does make a good point, especially considering what we had to go through when we met the Council for the first time. Okay, you probably also know the insides of the Council chambers as well, so let's speed things up again until we reach Captain Anderson, and then we can get the meeting started.
Come on. Udine is presenting the Quarians' evidence to the Council.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
You wanted proof? There it is.
This evidence is irrefutable, Ambassador. Saren will be stripped of his Spectre status, and all efforts will be made to bring him in to answer for his crimes.
I recognize the other voice, the one speaking with Saren. Matriarch Benezia.
A matriarch? Sounds like we've made another powerful enemy.
Who's she?
Matriarchs are powerful Asari who have entered the final stage of their lives. Revered for their wisdom and experience, they serve as guides and mentors to my people. Matriarch Benezia is a powerful biotic, and she had many followers. She will make a formidable ally for Saren.
I'm more interested in the Reapers. What do you know about them?
Only what was extracted from the Geth's memory core. The Reapers were an ancient race of machines that wiped out the Protheans. Then they vanished.
Well, despite them gone, the Geth seem to hold them in very high regard.
The Geth believe the Reapers are gods, and Saren is the prophet for their return.
We think the conduit is the key to bringing them back. Saren's searching for it. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Do we even know what this conduit is?
No, not yet, but there is no denying that it seems to be of importance.
Saren thinks it can bring back the Reapers. That's bad enough.
Listen to what you're saying. Saren wants to bring back the machines that wiped out all life in the galaxy? Impossible. It has to be. Where did the Reapers go? Why did they vanish? How come we found no trace of their existence? If they were real, we'd have found something.
Quick reminder, you still remember what happened last time you doubted me?
I tried to warn you about Saren, and you refused to face the truth. Don't make the same mistake again.
This is different. You proved Saren betrayed the Council. We all agree he's using the Geth to search for the conduit, but we don't really know why.
The Reapers are obviously just a myth, Commander. A convenient lie to cover Saren's true purpose. A legend he is using to bend the Geth to his will.
Well, I don't think that something that once wiped out the entire galactic civilization should be called a myth.
50,000 years ago, the Reapers wiped out all galactic civilization. If Saren finds the conduit, it will happen again.
Saren is a rogue agent on the run for his life. He no longer has the rights or resources of a Spectre. The Council has stripped him of his position.
That is not good enough. You know he's hiding somewhere in the Traverse. Send your fleet in!
A fleet cannot track down one man.
A Citadel fleet could secure the entire region, keep the Geth from attacking any more of our colonies.
Or it could trigger a war with the Terminus systems. We won't be dragged into a galactic confrontation over a few dozen human colonies.
I might have a solution for that problem.
I can take Saren down.
The Commander's right. There is a way to stop Saren that doesn't require fleets or armies.
No, it's too soon. Humanity is not ready for the responsibilities that come with joining the Spectres.
And this is the option that gives us 2 renegade points, so let's choose that.
It was a Turian Spectre who betrayed this council, and it was a human who exposed him. I've earned this.
Commander Shepard, step forward. It is the decision of the Council that you be granted all the powers and privileges of the Special Tactics and Reconnaissance branch of the Citadel.
Spectres are not trained, but chosen. Individuals forged in the fire of service and battle. Those whose actions elevate them above the rank and file.
Spectres are an ideal, a symbol, the embodiment of courage, determination, and self-reliance. They are the right hand of the Council, instruments of our will.
Spectres bear a great burden. They are protectors of galactic peace, both our first and last line of defense. The safety of the galaxy is theirs to uphold.
You are the first human Spectre, Commander. This is a great accomplishment for you and your entire species.
Yeah, I believe a thank you is in order.
I'm honored, Counselor.
We're sending you into the Traverse after Saren. He's a fugitive from justice, so you are authorized to use any means necessary to apprehend or eliminate him.
And do you have any intel where we could start?
Any idea where to find him?
We will forward any relevant files to Ambassador Udina.
This meeting of the Council is adjourned.
Congratulations, Commander.
We've got a lot of work to do, Shepard. You're going to need a ship, a crew, supplies.
You'll get access to special equipment and training now. You should go down to the C-Sec Academy and speak to the Spectre Requisitions Officer.
Anderson, come with me. I'll need your help to set all this up.
Bastard didn't even thank you.
Well, Rex, the ride has just begun.
Until I find Saren, I haven't done anything. Come on.
Right behind you, Shepard.
Alright, we are now a Spectre. That gives us a bonus point to Charm and Intimidation, and that was also the main reason I did the Council meeting at this point. We have also leveled up again, so let's take care of that. For Shepard, we can now put 2 points in Charm. That is a good base to continue with the remaining side quests. For Rex, once again 2 points in Warp. And with Tali, we'll unlock Damping and put the other point in Quarry and Machinist, increasing our shield capacity a bit further. Okay then, let's move on. Before we leave the area, there are 2 persons we should talk to. Number 1 is Admiral Kahoku, who is here on the right next to the terminal.
No, I'm waiting to speak with one of the Councilor's assistants. Congratulations on becoming the first human Spectre, Commander. I'm certain you'll be up to the challenge.
Well, thank you, Admiral.
I appreciate that.
My name is Admiral Kahoku. It's about time the Alliance got one of our own in with the Spectres. We need people like you to deal with our problems.
Problems, you say? What kind of problems?
Is something wrong, Admiral?
I'm getting stonewalled by bureaucratic assholes. Nothing new. Maybe you can help me, Shepard. One of my recon teams was investigating some strange activity out in the Traverse. We lost contact yesterday. Now I can't get clearance to check it out. Suddenly it's a restricted area. But that doesn't apply to you, Shepard. Spectres can go anywhere they want. You could find out why my team dropped out of contact.
Yep, sounds reasonable. We'll look into that.
I'll find them, Admiral.
I appreciate that, Commander. I was running out of options. I'm going to stay here and see if I can find anything out through official channels. Won't hold my breath, though. I'll upload the info on where my team was last seen to your ship. Maybe you can get some answers.
Okay, and then the other person we should have a chat with is Gareth. The guy below the tree here.
I hope he's okay. I'm on a break. Talk to someone else if you need anything. I've got a lot on my mind.
Well, you wouldn't be the first guy to say that who then actually turned out to need our help.
Maybe I can help.
Well, maybe you can. You're a soldier, right? You ever head out to the Traverse?
Yes, actually, we are more or less on our way there.
The Traverse is a rough place. We're out there quite a bit.
My brother's the captain of a ship called the Majesty. It was crossing the Traverse a few days ago when it disappeared. Just dropped right off the grid. And that usually means one of 2 things. They had massive mechanical failure, or they were attacked.
Attacked? Did they transport something of value?
Any idea why someone would attack them?
Privateers, slavers, mercs looking for an easy score. There's a lot of nasty sorts out in the Traverse. I won't give up on my brother. Not yet. I've got the coordinates for the last transmission from his vessel.
I'd be interested to know a bit more about the ship he was on.
What kind of ship was it?
Don't let the name fool you. The Majesty's just a small trading vessel, only a handful of crew. But he kept it in good condition. I don't think mechanical failure is too likely. But they don't have any real weapons or shields. If anyone did come after them, the Majesty'd be a sitting duck.
And have you made contact with the officials regarding this?
Isn't anyone else looking into this?
My brother's just a small independent trader. Ships like his disappear in the Traverse all the time.
So if we should decide to help you...
What's in this for me?
I can't afford to pay you anything. If I had that kind of cash, I'd have hired a recovery team to track him down already. Maybe you could look into this as a personal favor, you know? We humans have to stick together.
Alright, we should do the quest for XP anyway. Might as well get 2 Paragon points for accepting it right away.
If your brother's still alive, I'll find him. Give me the coordinates.
I'll forward them to your ship right away. Please let me know as soon as you find him.
Alright then, that was, at least for now, the last visit to the council chambers. Let's skip ahead for now, until we're in the elevator.
In other news, Exogeny Corp is still denying reports that one of their survey teams has gone missing in the Hades Gamma Cluster. When asked why communication with the survey team was suddenly cut off last week, company officials refused to comment.
Okay, we just picked up our first elevator quest. Looks like we should go into the Hades Gamma Cluster sooner or later and check out what happened. Now I'll speed things up again for a bit, because we now need to go back to the lower wards inside Cora's den, where we still need to talk to Jenna. Maybe you remember, she's the sister of the barkeeper in the Flux, the other bar, and she's working as an informant for CSAC, which for good reasons has her sister worried about her safety.
In breaking news, Chairman Burns of the Parliament Subcommittee on Transhuman Studies has been kidnapped by biotic extremists. The biotics commandeered a freighter and were last seen in the Hades Gamma Cluster. No demands have yet been made.
Alright, that's another quest we picked up in the elevator. Once again in the Hades Gamma Cluster. Seems like it's not the safest place to be. And we can't do a whole lot here, so back into the elevator we go. If you're asking yourselves now why I don't use fast travel, it's exactly because of those elevator quests, and also because of the sometimes very funny conversations between our squad mates.
Rex, forgive the impertinence, but you are not like the Krogan described in the stories on the flotilla.
When you're young, you go looking for every fight you can. You get older, you realize the best fights will find you.
Conversations like this, for example. Once these start to get repetitive, I will skip over the elevator rides as well. Now, because we've been there 2 times already, let me speed things up again until we reach Jenna in Cora's den.
Hi, I'll be with you in just a sec.
Well, we should talk about something.
I need to talk to you about your work with CSEC.
I don't know what you're talking about. Now, if you don't mind, I need to get back to my customers.
Okay, if you insist.
Have it your way.
I will, thank you.
If you've got questions about Jenna, meet me at CSEC Academy.
What?
Are you talking to me?
Push off. I never did nothing to you. Damn newcomers. Think they can run the place.
What the hell was that about?
I guess we'd better go find out.
Okay, seems like we've got another reason to visit CSEC. However, not for now. The next person that we can fast forward ourselves to is Emily Wong, the reporter who wanted to write a piece on corruption on the Citadel. After taking down Fist, I think we have quite a bit of info for her.
Word on the street is that you've been busy. Congratulations on taking down Fist. I was sure he was a big player in anything going on here. Did you find anything in his office that could help me?
Yeah, we found a few disks in Fist's office. I suppose they should help you out.
These OSDs might have the information you're looking for.
You've got Fist files? This could be even bigger than I'd hoped. Here, Commander, for your trouble.
Okay, now there is a Renegade option here, which will give us a slightly higher reward. So, Emily, I'm sorry about that.
I had to kill people for these discs. They're worth more than you're offering.
I didn't tell you to kill Fist! But you're right. I suppose that I did ask you to help me, so Here, this should be more than adequate. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should go see what's on these discs.
Alright, that's another side quest completed, and now we can start a new one that can actually be pretty easily missed if you never go there again. Because we'll now pay a visit to Dr. Michel in the med clinic.
I need those supplies for my clinic. I can't.
You can and you will, or your story won't stay secret for long. Don't disappoint me, Doctor.
Oh, Commander Shepard, I didn't see you come in.
Well, Doctor, are you in trouble again?
Every time I come in here, I see someone threatening you. Who was that?
Someone from my past. I can take care of it.
You know, looking at my squad, we might be slightly better suited to take care of things.
I might be able to help you.
I was fired by my previous employer for giving out free medical supplies to clinics like this. They never filed any charges, they just wanted me to leave without any fuss. But somebody must have found out. Now they are blackmailing me. I have to give them what they want. If the board finds out about my past, I could lose my license. They'll shut my clinic down.
Well, having a doctor around isn't too bad a thing. Let's help her.
Maybe I can get you out of this. Tell me what they want.
I have to give some of my medical supplies to a merchant in the markets. They expect delivery today.
Okay then, we'll go down there.
Give me your contact's name. I'll deal with this guy, whoever he is.
Deal with him? But won't they expose my past?
Oh, trust me, we know what we're doing.
I'll make sure they don't tell anyone.
I was told to speak with a merchant named Morlan, down in the markets. I really appreciate this, Commander. Thank you.
Well, you should thank me once we're back.
Don't worry. I'll take care of this.
Good luck, Commander. Be careful down there.
Okay, now before we go into the lower markets, we should head over to CSAC, which we will, once again, do a bit quicker than normal, because, and I think I can't spoil that much, the lower markets also become a point of interest in that side quest. So let's go there and see what the elevator has in store for us.
So tell me, who'd win in a fight between you and Shepard?
Do Krogan size up everyone for a fight, even friends and allies?
Yes.
Oh, Rex, I love you. Now, regarding CSAC, you might remember Jalid, the partner of Shorban, the guy who had us scan the Keepers. Now, from Shorban we learned that Jalid wasn't really honest with us, and on top of that, the data both of them collected was legally a grey area at best. We promised Shorban to have a chat with Jalid and to make him come clean. However, before we do that, now that we have someone with master decryption in our squad, we can decrypt this console here. Alright, a person of interest. CSAC seems to be investigating a woman named Helena Blake. There is no hard evidence against her, but if the reports are correct, she is a powerful criminal element on the Citadel. She was last seen near the Emporium on the Presidium. Looks like we might go there. And now we can take care of Jalid.
Hello again. Did you have any luck finding Shorban?
Yes, we did, and I believe it's time for you to come clean.
I found out you've been lying to me, Jalid.
Lying? Why would I lie to you?
You lied to us about the Keeper data.
He told you? I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I was afraid Shorban would kill me to get the data, so well, I was hoping you'd take care of him.
I believe we should put a stop to this and turn you in.
I can't let this continue any further. I'm reporting what you did.
But I can't. What will happen to the data when I'm gone? Who will carry on our research?
Too late, Volus. You had your chance.
But this data could be used to unravel all the secrets of the Keepers. Think what we could learn about the Citadel.
What exactly makes this data so incredibly important to you?
Tell me more about this data.
Well, it's still very preliminary, but our initial scans suggest the Keepers are as old as the Citadel itself. We might learn how the Citadel was built, or why the Keepers always rearrange things. The possibilities are limitless.
Okay, we don't have the intimidation points to persuade him, so let's choose the Paragon Approach. And this requires 7 charm points, which was the main reason I did the council meeting early.
If it's that important, then take it back to the people it belongs to.
I suppose I should. All right, I'll take it back and continue work on it there. Thank you for not turning me in. I'll make the most of this second chance, I promise you.
Well, I hope you stick to your word.
Have a nice day, Jalid.
Commander? Would you be interested in helping me study the Keepers?
This is actually a bug. As you remember, we completed that quest already, so no.
I don't have time for this.
Well, I thought I'd ask. So long.
Alright, another side quest completed. Next up, we should probably see what the deal is with Jenna.
Detective Chelik, come into my office. I want to discuss this in private. No offense, Commander, but what the hell were you thinking?
Excuse me?
I don't follow you.
You could have blown Jenna's cover.
We were trying to help her.
I gathered that. It might seem cold letting her take all the risk, but we're keeping a close eye on her.
But can you really justify that you risk her life every day?
Do you really need to risk her life to get the information you want?
This job isn't easy and it's usually unpleasant. I'll take help anywhere I can find it. But since you're so concerned with her safety, maybe there's a way we can help each other.
Always thinking ahead, Detective?
As part of the job. Now are you gonna help me or not?
Well, we are, but before we do that, let's quickly use the charm option to get Jenna out of there and get us a few Paragon points.
You're a smart guy, Chelik. Figure out another way.
I do have several contingencies. She's just my option A. I'll cut her loose, even get her out of Cora's den, no strings attached. But that still leaves my case unsolved. I could still use your help.
Alright, what do you need?
I'll help you, but I need some details.
I'm trying to track down an illegal arms producer. I just need some of their product. Thanks to Jenna's intel, I've learned there's a seller here on the Citadel. Meet our man named Jax, pick up the mods, and bring them back here. That'll give me everything I need.
And why exactly are these mods illegal?
Why are you so concerned about these mods?
We have access to some of the most sophisticated weaponry there is. It's what gives us our edge. What do you suppose happens when we lose that edge?
These give criminals an advantage we can't afford to let them keep.
Have you considered the possibility of getting the information from Jax directly?
I'll persuade Jax to tell me where these mods are coming from.
No. You tip Jax off and all my leads will disappear faster than you can say bad bust.
Okay, makes sense. What do we need to do?
Where can I find this Jax?
Jax is down in the lower level of the markets. I'll send word through our channels that you're the buyer. Good luck, Commander.
Okay, to the lower markets we go. Now, after becoming a Spectre, Captain Anderson told us that we should check out the CSEC Requisition Officer's stock. That guy doesn't really have a lot of useful stuff for us, especially considering the fact that we are pretty low on money.
Coming up in a report later today, Emily Wong investigates corruption on the Citadel and uncovers a full-blown crime syndicate.
Oh, well, Emily, you're working fast. Now, let's continue to speed things up until we reach the lower markets, where we can do a favor for Dr. Michel, but let's start with helping out Officer Chelik and talk to Jax.
Hold it. That's close enough, Army. You got my payment?
Yep.
Do you have the X mods?
Show them the merchandise. That looks about right. Damn straight it is. These mods are the best on the market. Now hand over my credits.
Everything apart from sure will lead to a fight here, which will ultimately also result in renegade points. Let's avoid that. I suppose it also helps Chelik a lot more.
Here you go.
Here you go. Enjoy it. Come on, boys. We're done here.
Okay, now we only need to go back to Chelik to turn that in, but since we're already here, let's talk to Marlon.
Hello there, welcome to Moorland's famous shop. You want many good supplies, yes?
Actually, I'm here about that little business you have going on with Dr. Michel.
You were expecting a delivery of medical supplies?
But I was told the doctor would be bringing them.
Things have changed, Marlon.
A change, but the doctor... This is not right, human.
Shut up, Moorland. I told Baines you'd screw this up. What the hell's going on here? Who are you?
Well, you could call us a concerned third party. That also vastly outnumbers you.
Leave the doctor alone.
We can end this if you just bring me those supplies. Otherwise, I'll start telling people about the doctor's little secret.
So, since we've gone with the Paragon options a few times now, let's go Renegade on him here to keep it even. The result will be the same.
Her secret stays buried. Or I bury you.
Hey, hold on! I'm just the middleman here. This is way more than I bargained for.
Thank you, human. It is good to see him humbled so.
So, can you tell us who this Baines guy is?
What do you know about Baines?
I have never met him, human. I only worked with the one who spoke with the doctor.
And since you're already here, we need another upgrade.
Let me see what you have.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think. Very good things I have. You will see.
So let's go down the list here, buy the grenade upgrade 2, and with that we now also have all upgrades that we can buy on the Citadel for now. Now we can go back to Dr. Michel and tell her the good news. And if you're concerned that this episode is going to be a bit longer, yes it is, but we've almost made it.
Commander, how did things go?
Pretty uneventful, I'd say.
He won't be bothering you anymore.
Really? That's a great relief, Commander. Thank you. I can't pay you for your help, but I can give you a discount on any supplies you purchase here.
The name Baines was mentioned. Can you tell us a bit more about him?
The thug said he worked for a man named Baines. Sound familiar?
Baines? I wonder if he means Armiston Baines. We worked together a long time ago.
And who would that be?
What can you tell me about him?
Last I heard, the Alliance military was contracting him for some research in the Traverse.
What about your captain?
Good idea. We should look into that.
We'll see what the captain can tell us.
I wish I could tell you more. Is there anything else I can help you with, Commander?
Nope, not for now.
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander. Nice talking to you.
Okay, we leveled up once again. Spectre training is tempting at this point, because it gives quite a lot of nice bonuses, but let's put only 1 point in there, and put the other one in pistols. For Rex, we'll spend 1 point to get Master Warp. Now we have that maxed out, and the other point can go into Fitness, unlocking Immunity, another good defensive power to have. And then lastly for Tali, another point in Quarry and Machinist will get her shields up further, and a point in Hacking decreases the recharge time for Sabotage, Overload and Damping, which is very useful. And now we can go back to CSEC and Officer Chelik, and I'll just jump right there, because it's a long way and the elevator ride already got repetitive.
Commander, I hear you have something for me.
Yes, I do, officer.
Here's your shipment, Chelik.
Excellent. This is everything I need. Maybe more than I need. Here, Commander, take this. I won't need it, and you've earned some payment for your work. I appreciate your help. It shows a lot of integrity. You didn't need to do anything after I let Jenna go.
Now I need to get these mods into evidence. Thanks again, Shepard.
Right, good number of rewards here. We also have something for the inventory, so let's have a look at that. Okay, just an ammo upgrade. We might use that later. Now, from CSEC we can go up to the Presidium again, where this person of interest, Helena Blake, can possibly be found. Once again, the elevator conversation that would come up now, you have heard that already, so let's just jump right in front of her.
Got a moment, Spectre? Hello, Spectre. I have a business proposition for you.
Well, becoming a Spectre certainly didn't stay secret for long.
How did you know I'm a Spectre?
Word travels. Your name comes up in certain circles. I'm acquainted with a pair of powerful crime bosses. They're hiding on remote worlds, and I have the coordinates. You could do the galaxy a favor.
And what are these crime lords guilty of?
What crimes did these men commit?
They're red sand dealers who make victims of their customers. Those who can no longer pay are sold to Batarians as slaves. They're loathsome, hurting innocent people. They must be ended.
You have already very blatantly stated that you are affiliated with them, right? What exactly keeps me from just turning you in?
You're obviously with them. Why don't I just arrest you instead?
Arrested for what? You and I are simply having a conversation. I have excellent legal representation. Arresting me would be a waste of your time.
Okay, fair enough. This still smells like a setup to me.
I eliminate them and then you take over and try to eliminate me. How stupid do I look?
While I appreciate your estimation of my bravado, I have no intention of attempting to murder you. You are the first human Spectre, and you are doing important work for humanity. I have no interest in red sand or slavery. Anyone who does deserves to die. Our needs are aligned.
So what exactly is your interest in all of this?
And what do you get out of this?
We share interests in certain cooperative ventures, but their business practices have forced me to terminate our relationship. Once they are dead, I will manage our organization in a more tasteful manner.
So if I were to do this, how hard would that be?
What kind of defenses would these two have?
I haven't the faintest idea, but they're certain to be armed. Their partnership soured, and each believes that the other intends to kill him. They will be well prepared.
Okay, we will get the quest no matter what, but the amount of Paragon points we get for declining to help her is actually a lot bigger than the amount of Renegade points we would get for agreeing with her. So for the moment, nope, we won't help you.
Find someone else to do your dirty work. I want no part of a gang war.
Here are the coordinates nonetheless. What you do with them is your decision. Could you really let these men live, knowing that you can stop them? Goodbye, Commander. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
Okay, that is, despite all resistance, another side quest picked up. And one very last thing before we put an end to all of this, let's beam ourselves over to the Flux real quickly.
Hey, Jenna came back looking for work. Thanks for getting her out of Cora's den.
You're welcome.
I was glad to help out.
Yeah, everyone seems real happy to have her back.
And yet, you seem less than pleased.
I'm glad she's out of the den. I'd just forgotten what it was like to have her around. I haven't had a decent tip since she got back.
Huh. Well, still better than getting her killed, I think. Okay, and now, just for fun and to put the cherry on top of this episode, let's dance. Yeah, I'm glad the game put an end to that. Alright, that is every side quest completed. We could push the main storyline one step further, but I believe this episode has reached its limit already, so let's make a cut here. We have wrapped everything up nicely, and in the next episode we'll then go up to the Alliance docks and see what awaits us there. If you've pushed through until here, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.